Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is Lord James Gonzaga, your anchor for today. Bring you the best of all your health news. For today on March 23, 2022, I bring you to the Excite for this week. For the headlines, what is the body type? How to identify body type? And the last is, define the three kinds of body type and its example. And these are the incident news. Tell us what are the three kinds of body type. Here is LJ Quista. LJ, body type or Samoma type refers to the idea that there are three generalized body compositions that people are predetermined to have. The concept was theorized by Dr. W. H. Sheldon back in the early 1940s, naming the three Samoma types endomorph, mesomorph, and ectomorph. It was originally believed that a person's Samoma type was unchangeable, and that certain physiological and psychological characteristics were even determined by whichever one a person aligns to. According to Sheldon, endomorphs have bodies that are always rounded and soft, and mesomorphs are always square and muscular, and the last is ectomorphs are always thin and fine boned. He theorized that these body types directly influence a person's personality, and the names were chosen because he believed that predominant traits of each Samoma type were set in stone, derived from preferential development of either the endodermal, mesodermal, or ectodermal embryonic layers. Back to you, Lord Jane. And to identify the three body type, let's hear for Miss Jane Tizo. Miss Jane, in the light of all this understanding, a client's current state body type is quite beneficial for benefits professionals. A simple observation of body type composition can help quickly identify various physiological situations a client might be dealing with and allow you to tailor solutions that will preferentially address each one. Use the following Samoma type traits to determine which one a person primarily aligns to: endomorphic, mesomorphic, and ectomorphic. Back to you, Lord Jane. And last but not the least, for more information, let's listen up of Mrs. Lord Arnedo. Lord Arnedo, thank you so much, beautiful Anchor Lord Jane Gonzaga. So today I have more information about the three body type. Okay, number one is ectomorphs are long and lean with a little body fat and little muscle. They have a hard time gaining weight. Fashion models and basketball players fit this category. Ectomorph also a human physical types or Samoma type, tending toward linearity as determined by the physic classification system developed by the American psychologist W. H. Sheldon. Although classification by the Sheldon system is not absolute, a person is classed as an ectomorph if ectomorphy predominates over endomorphy and mesomorphy in his body build. The extreme ectomorph has a thin face with high forehead and receding chin, narrow chest and abdomen, a narrow heart, rather long, thin arms and legs, little body fat and little muscle, but a large skin, sore face, and a large nervous system. If well fed, he does not gain weight easily. If he becomes fat, he is still considered an ectomorph only overweight. Compare endomorph and mesomorph. The term ectomorph refers to a body type or Samoma type characterized by a light build, slight muscular development, and little body fat. An example of an ectomorphic person in the sports would be a typical long-distance runner or basketball player. Generally, ectomorphs rank high in endurance, flexibility, and agility. Then is, what is endomorph? Endomorphs are said to have a higher percentage of body fat and less muscle mass. They're often heavier and rounder but do not necessarily have obesity. Because of their physical makeup, people with the endomorphic bodies are more sensitive to calorie consumption than people with other body types. Endomorph also a human physical type or Samoma type tending toward roundness and determined by the Phasic classification system developed by American psychologist W.H. Sheldon. The extreme endomorph has a body as nearly globular as humanly possible. He has a round head, a large round abdomen, large internal organs relative to his size, rather short arms and legs with fat upper arms and things, but slender wrists and ankles. Under normal conditions, the endomorphic individual has a great deal of body fat, but he is not simply a fat person. If starved, he remains an endomorph, only thinner, compared to ectomorph and mesomorph. Example of endomorph is endomorphs on the other hand have lots of body fat, lots of muscle, and gain weight easily. Football linemen tend to be endomorphs. They're heavier and rounder individuals, says Colby. And they don't have to necessarily be overweight. Both Oprah and Winfrey and Marilyn Monroe are classic examples of endomorphs. And last but not the least is, what is a mesomorph? Mesomorph, a person who is mesomorph is said to have more of an athletic body. Their body structure is more rectangular or boxy. They're also thin, but not wiry. And if they work out, they find they build muscle easily. Mesomorph also a human physical type or Samoma type that marked by the greater than average muscular development as determined by Phasic classification system developed by American psychologist W.H. Sheldon. Mesomorph refers to body types with a naturally high muscle-to-fat ratio. People with this body type typically respond well to weight training, finding it easier than other people to build and maintain muscle. They may also find it easier to gain or lose weight. Example of mesomorph: people with mesomorph type bodies tend to be suited to sports and have good posture. For example, many studies suggest that athletes in basketball, boxing, martial arts, strength training, swimming, track and field, and volleyball typically have mesomorphic characteristics. That's all. Thank you. Back to you, Lord Jane. Your daily news for healthcare, reliable, up-to-date, and scientifically based news. I am Lord Jane Quista Gonzaga.
And I am LJ Quista. And I am Jane Kizu. And I am Lord Arnie. We are your daily newscasters.